Hi everybody, welcome to Jenkins Boat Works. I am Chuck Jenkins. We're back. We are back to work on the Somme Sound sailboat building project. Many of you had been following this from the beginning and know that we got interrupted. We had a paying gig and we built a very beautiful kayak. A Nick Shada design, a Yukon racing kayak, and it came out just wonderfully. It took longer than we thought it was going to. I hoped to have done it in 2 months. It took about 4, but isn't that always the way? But anyway, we're done with it. It came out great, and now we can get back to work on our Somme Sound. And so we're glad you're here, and hopefully you can pick up with us where we left off. It actually took me a minute to kind of get reacclimated to where we were. The last thing that we had done was do some laminations on the floor on 7 and 11 stations, 7 on 11. And those actually just been sitting here this whole time. And so anyway, we're doing 3 more for stations 8, 9, and 10. And so that's what the video is about today. Great to be back on the project, and we'll give you some tips and tricks and things we figured out about the plans and some of the wisdom and how John's got the whole thing set up for taking step by step by step and why it matters. So anyway, we'll do hopefully some promotion on this. There's a Somme Sound group on Facebook. And quite honestly, I got some buddies that are building the Sommes out in Lenexa, Kansas, and they are getting really close to flipping theirs. So hopefully we're going to get involved with that, or we'll pay attention to it and keep you updated on that, because they're not doing a documentation or a video series or anything like that. Whatever there is about it is just on the Sommes group on Facebook, and then whatever I've done when I've been out to visit them. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, remember to like and subscribe and leave your comments, and we're going to jump in and get busy. So they're supposed to be 1 inch thick, finished, and I never had even taken these off of here after I laminate them. They still are in the plastic and everything. They've been clamped to this for months. So let's see how they came out. I don't know that it sprung back hardly at all, other than just, oh yeah, look at that. Well, it looks good. Didn't stick to the plastic really. Well, I would say these are well cured. All right, now I need to mark these so I don't forget where this came from, because it's going to be a long time till we put these back in here. We need to clean them up, get some of this epoxy stuff off of them. Okay, so this was the one that is at 7. This is 7. I ripped a total of 20 3/16 inch thick strips. Last night I milled these strips out of Douglas fir, and what we see here is 3 stacks of 3/16 inch thick by 1 1/4 width. And these stacks, all three of them, are about 1 inch thick. And they are 52 inches long. These need to be placed at stations 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to mix up thickened epoxy, glue them all together, and then similarly to how we put in this laminated floor at station 11, we are going to do them. This is station 8, so then we'll have one right in the middle at 9 and one at 10. I had taken that one apart just to see how it glued up, and we didn't have a ton of spring back, and it fits in there pretty good. That's the one at 7. So 7 and 11 are done, but we still need 8, 9, and 10. Now, my next question was on the ones that are against the frames, 8 and 10, do our laminations go in front of the frame or behind it? Well, we can gain some information off the plan here. So here is station 10 looking forward. So we're behind it looking forward. And you can see I1, which is laminated floor, is part I1. And you can see that it's here, and it actually shows it being clamped up on the battens. So on this one, at station 10, we're going to clamp it up behind the station, aft of the station. We can get some more information down here in this top view here. Again, here's I1. So here's 7. Here's 11, which we've already done. 9 will just be right in the middle. And that also shows this being aft of 10, and it shows this one forward of 8. So we'll do one forward of 8, right on 9, aft of 10. So we're going to mix up some thickened epoxy and get some plastic together and glue those up and see if we can get them bent in so they can set up. Thought I had some pieces of plastic cut, but I did not, so we're getting into our roll. And that's fine, that's why I bought it. So we're going to cut this off long enough to make sure these fit inside. Three pumps of West system with the slow hardener, and then mixed Total Boat silica and also sawdust in here. And so it still runs a little bit. It's kind of a thick glue. And we're just going to coat our sides with this little chip brush. And see if we can get these all to stick together. It doesn't have to be pretty. We're just going to kind of slop it together. It feels kind of thick. It doesn't take much either. I don't think I'm going to have enough. I couldn't remember how much I mixed up when I did this the last time. These ones are longer though too, so it's all right. We're using a slow hardener. The plan says these are supposed to be 1 inch thick when you're done, about 1 inch thick. And they're 3/16 thick, so 5 of them would be 15/16. So 1/16 short of what it should be. I've actually got 6. So we may be a little thicker than we're supposed to be, but I'd rather be thicker than thinner. All right, mix up some more. Okay, we got another batch mixed up, and I got all these, I got glue on all the inside of all this. So I'm gonna try to make sure these are all kind of in line with each other and roll them up. Okay, that's kind of what I had in mind. Wipe this plastic off and keep it clean because I do not want to glue anything to the boat at this point. Shouldn't glue plastic to the boat. Should be fine. There we are. All right, so let's just make this number 10 and we're going aft of 10. So aft of 10. And I do want to kind of get this situated to where we know we're kind of halfway in between. That might be close. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this up to the bottom of the keelson and bend it just like that. Now that's sticking out about maybe 1.5 inches on this side. Before I get too crazy with that, I want to make sure that we're equidistant on both ends. So, like I said, I think that's about 1.5 inches. Let's see how we are on the other side. 1 3/4 inches. On the other side, it's 1 inch, almost exactly. We need to move it that way, 1/2 3/4. So about 3/8 of an inch. It'd probably be okay the way it is, but I think I can move it over just a hair. So now I hope it's stinking out about 1 1/4 inches. Right on it. Okay, that was perfect. So, man, that's cool. That just takes that right up to those battens when I put those clamps on there like that. Boom. To the other side. The floors are labeled as pieces I1, laminated floors. So tonight we've done stations 8, 9, and 10. Now it says the floor for station 12 can be laminated out of 1/8 veneers, but it's going to be easier to make it as a solid piece as a sole beam that is scribed to fit the keelson. Finished thickness of floors is about 1 inch. I don't understand exactly what that means, but when I look at frame 12, I notice two things. First of all, our keelson is still too wide. We're going to be trimming this back to kind of fit that shape. I know it's hard to see there. So this frame's already curving down here. Oh, good grief. This frame's already curving down here before this is sticking out too far. So I understand a little bit about what he's saying. Something else occurred to me, and it looks like from the plan that one's supposed to go aft of frame 12. So back here on this side, same as it was on 10 here, it was aft of it. Now, our gussets that hold the mold together are forward of that one, But on 8, the gusset is behind and aft, and this one is designed to be glued up in front, forward of this frame 8. So some of those kinds of things that you don't really think too much about when you're doing the initial work start to make sense later. So we've done 3 tonight. This one was already done, and that's kind of what it looks like once it's done. Obviously, that's got to be cleaned up for 7. We did 8, 9, and 10. 11 was already in here. I haven't unwrapped it. So that's it. That's how we laminate the floors. If you like the video, remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.